Catan. It's a really good game. I'm not really reviewing the game today. If you haven't played Settlers of Catan by now, and you're watching this, you obviously are interested in board games, you should go out and buy it and play it. It is very good. What I'm talking about today is the different editions, or some of the different editions of the game that you can buy. There's a lot of them. But specifically, I'm talking about the Settlers of Catan, the $40 version that you could go to Target and buy, or I'm talking about the 15-year anniversary edition that has a retail of $150, and I'm going to show you the differences between the two. Alright, so here's the base edition of Catan from Mayfair Games. Here's the board. Now, the problem that I have with this board is all of these borders are just a real, I mean, they're not the thinnest cardboard in the world, but they're pretty thin, so they pop out, and you're supposed to put all these hexes together in here, but the problem is then these warp, and then the hexes slide under, or someone bumps the board, and then things get all mismatched. And once you put it all in there together, it's a nice tight fit, but one little bump and it, come on, you know, it's like I'm trying to press these all together, and you got two people holding the board together so you can fit that last piece in there. Yeah, that's my biggest complaint with the $40 version of Settlers of Catan. Okay, so Settlers of Catan 15-year anniversary edition. What a beautiful box it is. It's got nice gold painted logo and picture, red stain on it. Looks really nice. Upon opening, the stain doesn't look as nice as it does on the outside. Instruction book, all that. And a few things about the box that I don't really like. First off is, well, the cards. For $150, I shouldn't have to have tiny cards. I want full-size cards, not the Hobbit cards. The card holders are really nice, you know, to pull out, to have on the table, but when you put them in the box, there's no real thing to hold them. So when you keep this game on the shelf, you have to keep it like this. If you tilt it up and you open it, there will be cards and pieces everywhere. It doesn't, I mean, they give you bags to put them in, but I want to just pull it out and play. I mean, you have this nice box and these nice trays. Why don't they just sit in there nice? But no, they slide around. The other thing that I don't care for, wooden dice. I mean, Lily, my daughter, just put these up on the table and said, hey, one of those is higher than the other one. Exactly. I don't like wooden dice. They're just, I don't know, my thing. Don't care for them. So I took the dice out of the old Catan, and I keep them in the box now. So there's the card trays, the cards. As far as the components go, they're a little different. So the roads kind of look like the railways from Settlers of America, which is fine. They're kind of cool roads. That's a little bit better than the little stick that you get in the older version that we showed earlier. As far as the cities and the settlements are like, it almost looks like a windmill, not like a settlement. Compare that to the old one, which is that. It's bigger, for sure. And then the cities. I mean, the city is like it looks like a tree versus the old one like that. So I think the components, as far as the city and the settlement, bigger versions of those would have been just fine. The robber looks pretty cool. He's like a little dude with a sack coming to steal all your stuff. And the number tiles. Now there's a little bit difference from the number tiles too. They're nice wooden discs. And based on the probability of the number coming up is how big the number is. So you see the 8 versus the 2. The 2 is real small. Now compare that to the old tiles where you would have a certain amount of dots on the tile showing what the probability was. These are a little bit more distinctive. I actually like them better. Those are really cool. As far as the tiles go, the tiles are a nice, thick wood. Oh, it's more like a pressed MDF board kind of a thing. But they do their job. They're really good. So everything comes in the box somewhat nicely. I mean, like I said before, they give you little bags to put all the pieces in. But that's, I mean, the whole point of having these segmented sections is to put the pieces in. And again, if you store the box sideways, they all get mixed together. The other thing that would have made this extra nice is, like when you put stuff in the bottom here, I want some felt. I mean, if I spent $150 on a special edition board game, there should be felt at the bottom of the box. That would be really cool. One other thing that I'm going to mention. As far as the tiles, there's misprints. Now, even the largest army tile comes on a hex, the longest road comes on a hex. But there's a misprint on the tiles, because right here it'll say longest road 2 SP. Down here it says largest road 2 SP. Now it should say 2 VP for victory points, and that should say largest army, not largest road. So here's basically how the game gets set up for the anniversary edition. Again, you got the tiles with the smaller numbers, meaning less probability. The mountain tiles don't quite match the old mountain tiles. They're a lot lighter. My wife didn't like that. It doesn't bother me. I know that it's a mountain tile. But on the desert, I don't have the desert tile out here. The desert tile has a mountain on it, so it's kind of weird. But so yeah, if these were a little bit darker to match the cards, would have been nicer. Other than that, it fits together real nice. The pieces are nice and heavy. However, if someone has a sleeve or they bump the board, it can kind of break the board apart. So you're kind of defeating the purpose almost of the old version, because that would pop in and out if it got bumped. But it is easily fit back together again where you can continue playing. I like this edition. I'm glad I got it. It's better than the older one. It's more pretty. The pieces feel nicer. The box design isn't the greatest. So there you have it. The Catan 15-year anniversary edition versus the regular edition. A difference of $40 retail to $150 retail. Is the special edition worth $150? No, it's not. For $150, it better be pretty special. It's interesting, in the rule book it says that you have bought a game of the highest quality. If there are any pieces missing, please contact us. So I did. I contacted Mayfair Games about the misprinted tiles, and they said they can't do it, they can't replace them. That I could go on their website and download a PDF of the correct tile. What good is a paper PDF, if I print it out, going to do me? I could print out a paper PDF and then glue it to the new tile. That's really sad. I'm sure they caught that mistake, and yeah, I'm sure they made a whole bunch of these, but they should have made new tiles. That would have been better off. Other than that, it's really good. How much is it worth? Well, one good thing about it is it comes with the 5 to 6 player expansion built into it, which would probably be a $15 to $20 expansion. You know, tack that on top of the $40 regular edition. You know, that's $65. So, or $55. Wow, I can add. $55 that you could possibly spend. So, I got the special edition for $60. It was a half price sale on miniaturemarket.com. Instantly I went and I bought it. And it was sold out quickly thereafter. It is definitely worth $60. I would say $75. I know you can get it on Amazon for $100. That's kind of pushing it for me. But $75 for that edition. If you can find it, pick it up. Again, Catan is a fantastic game. It is a great game. However, I don't agree with some of the design decisions of the 15-year anniversary edition, but it is better than the regular edition that you could buy.